Have you ever had one of those moments? You know, the one. You've just left the hairdresser's, your hair is bouncing perfectly. You feel like £1,000,000, and then you dare to look at your bank account, and that glorious feeling just deflatis. Deflatis. You've just popped into a beauty hall for one single thing, and you've somehow walked out with a little bag of potions and powders that cost more than your weekly food shop. If you've ever felt that little sting, that sense of being caught in a trap where looking and feeling good seems to cost a small fortune, then this is for you. It feels like there's this constant battle, doesn't it? On one side, you have this relentless barrage of adverts and influencers, all telling you that you need this new serum, this new cut, this new style to be happy. And on the other, there's that sensible voice in your head, the one that's trying to build a future, save for a deposit, or just get through the month without a panic attack. For years, I was completely stuck in the middle. I wanted to enjoy the fun, creative side of being a woman. I wanted to feel pretty, to put time and effort into myself without feeling guilty. But my bank balance and my dreams of financial freedom just couldn't. Seemed to get on board with a 300-pound trip to the salon every 6 weeks. It just wasn't adding up. So, where do you draw the line? How do you invest in yourself and enjoy all the lovely things without letting them become a massive financial burden? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into today. I am completely unashamed to say that I love feeling good. I love the confidence that comes with it, whether that's from my hair, my makeup, my clothes, the whole lot. I've spent years figuring out how to make it all work within a budget that still lets me build the life I want. We're going to talk about the real, practical things I've done to stop these girly expenses from feeling like a weight on my shoulders so that I can still have fun with it all. And speaking of which, since my hair is freshly slicked back from a recent salon visit, let's start right there. Now, I have a list of about 6 key areas we're going to cover. But honestly, I'm feeling inspired today. It must be the spring air. I'm actually recording this from my office, which is my next big project. I've got grand plans for this room proper, wood paneling on the walls, a whole new color scheme, a complete overhaul. After years of just trying to make it work with a bit of furniture here and a few pictures there, I've realized it needs some proper love and attention. So if you happen to be watching the video version of this chat, welcome to the organized chaos of my office. It's such a pleasure to have you here. And the community we've built around these conversations is genuinely one of my favorite things. It's what keeps me showing up. So, if you do enjoy seeing the visual side of things, it would mean the world if you'd consider subscribing and officially joining our little family. Now, before I get completely carried away, let me just pause for a moment. Primer alba is do. This I get so excited about the topic that I dive in headfirst. And forget a couple of important bits of housekeeping. I've been getting so many comments recently, especially on the short-form videos I post. So many people have been saying things like, "Oh, I'd love to work for myself. Your life looks amazing, but I just have no idea where to even begin." And it's so lovely to hear, but it also makes me a bit sad, because I remember that feeling so vividly. That feeling of wanting more, of wanting different streams of income or the freedom of self-employment, but feeling like the path to get there is completely shrouded in fog. I was chatting with my husband about it, and he said something that really struck a chord, something I'd been thinking about myself. He said, "You need to create a space where people can actually talk to you, pick your brain properly." And he's right. Not everyone wants to sit down with a traditional financial advisor, who's often a much older man giving very rigid, black and white advice. Sometimes, when you're trying to build a life of financial freedom, you just want to talk to a peer, someone closer to your own age, who has actually walked the path and gets it. And with my background, nearly 6 years of mentoring small businesses and helping people grow their ideas, I felt like I had more to offer beyond just the quick tips you can find online. What I've learned from all my years of coaching is that there is absolutely no substitute for one-on-one attention. Nothing beats sitting down, just you and me, and working through whatever's on your mind. Whether you want to brainstorm a path to financial freedom a bit, quicker get some help piecing together a budget that actually works for your life, or explore how you can turn the skills you already have into new streams of income. So, I decided to open up some time in my calendar specifically for that. I've created a sort of financial freedom consulting hour where we can sit down for a full hour and just focus entirely on you. We can map out a game plan for your budget, talk about how to get started in the world of entrepreneurship, or figure out how to diversify your income. It's a chance to get that dedicated support you might be missing. My schedule does tend to fill up quite quickly, so if you look and it seems busy, just have a little click ahead a few weeks. I'm so excited about the idea of connecting with some of you on a deeper level. If you have any questions about it, you can always find a way to get in touch. Right, I'm really looking forward to that. Now, without any more delay, let's get back to it. Topic number 1, hair. Okay, I think we can all agree. Getting your hair done is one of the most expensive bits of regular maintenance we have. Now, if you're a super low maintenance girl, I salute you. For years, all through uni and for a couple of years after, my hair was just one length. My entire hair cutting routine involved me leaning over the bin and trimming the ends with a pair of kitchen scissors. I even taught my husband how to do it for me. It was, for all intents and purposes, completely free. But I eventually realized 2 things. Firstly, it was absolutely terrible for my hair. I wasn't doing it often enough. It wasn't a proper cut, and my hair was not thanking me for it. And secondly, having good hair makes me feel incredibly confident. There is just something about a fresh set of highlights and a decent trim that puts a spring in your step. Now, I'm not talking about a full head of extensions or some wild high-fashion color that costs thousands. I'm talking to the girls who just want to maintain a nice, basic style, maybe with a bit of color or some highlights, without it breaking the bank. My single biggest piece of advice is this: you need to find yourself a brilliant, and most importantly, an honest asterisk hairstylist. Ideally someone who does both your cut and your color. And then you need to commit to a schedule that works for your wallet, not just for the salon's booking system. There are a million ways to color your hair, and some are far more high maintenance than others. Your mission is to get yourself onto a low-maintenance hair routine. The easiest way, of course, is to stick close to your natural color, perhaps with just a few little enhancements. But even if you're not your natural color, a truly talented stylist can blend your roots and apply color in a way that it grows out beautifully, stretching the time between appointments massively. Believe it or not, I have what I think are really lovely face framing highlights, but I only get them touched up every 6 months. 6. The way my stylist does them is so clever. It all blends so naturally. And the most important thing is that at every single appointment, I stress to her that I want them to grow out without any harsh lines. It gives it a sort of soft balayage effect that never looks like I'm desperately overdue for an appointment. It is such a shame to deprive yourself of the confidence that beautiful hair can bring just because it is too expensive. But it's also true that it genuinely can be too expensive sometimes. The key is to find a salon that's reasonably priced for your area, and more importantly, to change what you're asking for. Go for sustainable colors and styles that prioritize a graceful growth. I went from getting my highlights done at every single appointment, which was not only costing a fortune but took up half my day, to now just a quick visit every 6 months. We keep it minimal. We work with my natural color, and we focus on longevity. Finding a stylist I trusted and could be honest with has been life. It has saved me hundreds upon hundreds of pounds a year, and my hair has never looked better or felt healthier. In that same vein, let's talk about makeup and hair care. I've touched on this a lot before if you follow my shorter videos, but let's be brutally honest for a minute. Those big, shiny beauty shops, they will empty your wallet. It's a fact. You can't go in there without spending at least 100 quid. You see people with those tiny little shopping bags, but you know they've managed to fit 500 pounds worth of product in there? It's madness. When you think about shopping for makeup and hair care, I want you to hold a few principles in your mind that are going to save you thousands. Honestly, you wouldn't believe how much of my budget used to just evaporate on this stuff. And I'm not even someone who's asterisk obsessed with it all. I just want my makeup to look nice. But I certainly don't need to be spending hundreds a month for my face to look relatively the same every day. So, makeup tip number 1 that will change your financial life. Find your holy grail products. Find the things you truly, deeply love. Buy them and use them until they are completely, utterly finished. The only exception is if you buy something and you absolutely despise it. And even 10, a lot of places have good return policies. You can often take it back and say, look, I bought this, I really hate it. I was hoping for something that would do asterisk. This asterisk instead. So do a bit of research, read some reviews, and find the product that is perfect for you. Even if it's a little bit more expensive up front. Buy the thing you need, the thing you want, and use it until it's gone. And flowing directly from that, do not buy duplicates of the same type of product. You do not need a blush from every brand on the market. Maybe you need a couple of different foundation shades for when you're a bit paler in the winter and have more of a tan in the summer. Maybe you want one blush for a big night out, and a more natural one for every day. That's fine. But you don't need an entire drawer full of them. Figure out what colors and formulas work for you. I'm a berry tone girl, through and through. Get the 1 or 2 products you actually need. And do not allow yourself to buy a new one in that category until you have finished what you already own. Just this principle alone will save you an unbelievable amount of money. It is crazy how the world of beauty marketing encourages us to buy so many of the same things over and over again, convincing us that this asterisk new blush is going to be life-changing in a way that the 15 others we own. RUNT, trust me, it's so much more satisfying to have 1 or 2 products you adore. Even if they cost a bit more, use them up, and then either replace them with the same thing or try something new that you are committing to. Another game changer when it comes to spending on makeup and hair products is to look at the cost per milliliter. This comes down to the same spending principle that applies to so many areas of life, and it's just to buy the thing you actually want. I think makeup and hair care are categories where it's so easy to stockpile a bunch of cheaper options because you owe and let yourself buy the one slightly more expensive thing you really have your eye on. But in most cases, if you actually look at the cost per unit of product, unless you're looking at something wildly luxurious, it's often quite similar. It's not always the case, but it's worth checking. I just recently bought a really nice, expensive hair oil that I'd wanted for ages. I never let myself buy it before, but I thought, it's such a big bottle, and it feels so lovely. I looked at how much was in that bottle, compared to the cheaper hair oil I'd bought 100 times before. The expensive one was almost double the price, but it contained over double the amount of product. I bought it, and it works so much better. It's that old principle of spending a bit more now, to save more later. Just buy the thing you actually want, so you're not wasting money on 10 different cheaper versions. The Dante quite hit the mark. And it's exactly the same for hair care. Open your bathroom cabinet. If you have a drawer overflowing with different mousses, sprays, and serums, ask yourself, how many products does one person really need? Have one thing to fill each purpose, and that's enough. You don't need 15 different texture sprays, just because they from different brands or have new packaging. Honestly, your products will last you so much longer if you just commit to using them until they refinished. It saves you a fortune, and frankly, your hair and your skin will probably thank you for it. Constantly switching and trying new things isn't always the best for them, especially your skin. A complicated routine can just lead to irritation and breakouts, which brings me to another quick tip on the beauty front. Have a simple skincare routine. It is a massive pet peeve of mine when I'm watching those oddly satisfying videos online, and you see girls with these million-step routines. You know, the ones with all the ASMR tapping and lid popping, and they're layering on about 15 different products. I know it's part of the style of the video, but I can't stand it. My skin would have a complete meltdown if I used that many products. But also, it represents hundreds and hundreds of pounds worth of stuff that you simply do not need. Simplify your whole routine. Your skin will likely love it. I use 2, maybe 3 products on my skin every single day. That's Italiano. My cleanser is cheap as chips. I have a couple of moisturizers, and everything is so simple. And the simpler I've gone over the years, the better my skin has reacted. Just consider the fact that it is all marketing. If you're having problems with your skin or your hair, maybe the answer isn't to tuat more, but to take things away. Your budget will certainly see the benefit. And I promise, this is the last thing on the beauty and hair care front for now. Stop buying travel-sized makeup. In general, I think travel sizes are one of the biggest rip-offs, and I travel a lot. Now, I will say, you obviously need things that are under 100 milliliters if you're only taking a carry-on bag through airport security. I get that. I am the queen of the carry-on, but you generally do not need to buy the pre-packaged travel sizes of makeup. They are such a con. Again, look at the costs per milliliter. and you'll see what I mean. Just use the makeup you already like. If you absolutely need a smaller version of a liquid product, consider just buying a cheaper drugstore version for your travel bag. Or better yet, get a set of those little reusable plastic pots and bottles from a shop like Boots or Soup. You can fill them up with your shampoo, your cleanser, your foundation, whatever you need. Just do it yourself. The tiny travel-sized mascara or primer is going to dry out or expire before you get a chance to use it all. It's just such a waste of money. Right. Now that I've got all of that off my chest, we can move on. And I feel like this next point is actually the most important one of all, because everything else we've talked about can pretty much fit under this umbrella. I believe that finding and committing to your own personal style is the single biggest key to spending your money responsibly and effectively on yourself. If you're spending money on things, you want them to actually improve your confidence, which in turn has the potential to improve the money you make and the moves you make in your career. When you understand your personal style, you stop spending money on fleeting trends just because everyone else is. It means you buy things you're going to love and keep for years, so your cost per wear goes right down. You'll probably find you buy less overall, because when you have a strong sense of your own style, you can easily and confidently say no to things that don't align with it. It's more sustainable financially. It's more sustainable for the environment. Everything about knowing who you are and being more selective with how you spend your money on clothes, shoes, hair, and all of it will only impact your finances in a positive way. When you first start to define your personal style, it might feel like you're spending a little bit more money for a short while. You might feel like you don't have the right foundational pieces, or you might need a new haircut to fit your vision. But as long as you handle that transitional phase responsibly, and you don't try to do it all at once, it's a bit like redecorating your house. You don't just throw out all your furniture and buy everything new in one go. You do it gradually. As long as you approach it like that, you will eventually move into a space of much more responsible, intentional spending that is far more meaningful and longer lasting. Personally, finding my signature style has completely changed the way I spend my money, and it's been for the better. I'm so much less impulsive now, and not only that, but I actually still like my things from one season to the next. I was just swapping my closets over the other day. I keep all my proper summery bits stored away during the winter in the guest room wardrobe, and then I do a big switch when the seasons change. Doing that actually stops you from getting bored of your clothes. But the real win this year was that I pulled everything out, and I still genuinely liked it all. I didn't feel that frantic urge to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe for spring and summer, because the things I already owned still felt like asterisk me. Asterisk. I think now, at 28, I've finally tapped into my ideal personal style. So, finding your personal style really just looks like getting inspired. I think the biggest thing is understanding what you gravitate towards naturally and not trying to force something that is on you. It's also about understanding what's going to work for your body and your lifestyle. When you're picking a haircut, you think about what's going to work with your natural features and hair texture. When you're picking clothes, it's about what you will actually feel good in. What's going to flatter you, not just what everyone else is wearing, but what makes asterisk you asterisk feel confident. At the end of the day, if you look in the mirror and think you look amazing, that's all that matters. So, figuring out what works for you is the first step, but then comes the fun part. Getting inspired. I absolutely love using online mood boards for this. I think curating your algorithm and your feed on a platform like that is the best thing you can do for developing your style. You re-seeing imagery in a way that doesn't feel competitive or cause you to compare yourself to others. It's not like other social media platforms. It feels like pure, unadulterated inspiration. Creating different boards and getting familiar with the images you save over and over again is so helpful. It's much better than just basing everything on what influencers are doing, because that's often going to be very trend-led and based on what they've been gifted that season. I saw a girl on a short-form video app talking about this brilliant exercise she did from within her own wardrobe while she was finding her personal style, and I loved it so much I had to share it. If you're trying to find your style to feel better, be more confident, and spend your money more wisely, try this. She said that instead of just looking for random inspiration online, she went into her own wardrobe and did a version of that famous minimalist decluttering trend. She went through everything, picking out the pieces she knew she loved, or things she loved when she bought them but just hadn't figured out how to style yet. She pulled out all the things she felt a real connection to. And then she would search for that specific item online. So, she might search for denim Oxford shirt outfit ideas. Then she would save all the images that inspired her, creating a little mood board for each piece of clothing she already owned. I thought that was such a clever way to re-inspire yourself within your own wardrobe, especially if you don't have a huge budget to go shopping and completely reinvent yourself. It's a brilliant, economical way to go about it. And of course, a personnel style also relates to your home and your space. Understanding on a deeper level what you're really looking for in your home helps you when you make those larger purchases. Not just things inside the home, but the home itself. But when it comes to things like furniture and paint colors, the more you can make solid decisions about your personal style and go as timeless as possible before you invest in expensive pieces, the better. I think your personal style in your home is, in many ways, even more important financially than in your wardrobe. Unless you're into very expensive designer clothes, pieces for your home are almost always going to be more expensive. Once I figured out my interior design style, I was really able to get my spending for the house under control and approach decorating in a much more sustainable and economical way. Buying pieces of furniture that I know are going to last and that I'll love for years to come. Because there is nothing more expensive or less financially savvy than constantly rotating through furniture in different styles in your house. That is a guaranteed way to burn through your money. Speaking of interior design, that leads me perfectly to my next point. One thing that has really changed my finances when it comes to shopping is learning to love charity shops and antiquing as well, although that can get quite expensive in its own right. So I tend to think of them a bit differently. But using charity shops to scratch the shopping itch has been huge for me. I don't know if everyone else gets this, but sometimes I just get this urge. I just need asterisk to go shopping. I need to go and browse and look and pick through the racks and find something. It's that dopamine hit, isn't it? The thrill of the treasure hunt. I've said this many times before, but often. The dopamine hit you get from finding and purchasing an item is the highest high you're really going to get from it. It's not necessarily wearing it or putting it in your home. Once you've captured it and it's yours, you've already reached the peak of that feeling. It's a bit scary when you think about it, and it's how shopping addictions are formed. So I've found that going to the charity shop completely satisfies that urge. I have a few that I really like near me that are a bit nicer. They're clean, and it's a pleasant experience to browse. I can go in, pick through the racks, and see what I can find. I'm personally a big fan of thrifting for my home. I tend to shop for clothes more on secondhand websites, which we'll get to in a moment. But thrifting has been a massive positive for my finances. You can easily get out of a charity shop having spent just 10 quid and come away with several lovely little things for your house or your wardrobe. And it's funny, so many people come into my home now that I've started doing this and they'll say, "Oh my gosh, I love your house." It's become a real topic of conversation that's so fun for me. They'll ask me where things are from, and they're always these one-of-a-kind pieces that I randomly found for a few pounds. It's a great way to scratch that itch to shop without spending a ton of money. You don't need to go and browse around a high-end department store like Harrods. Go and browse around your local charity shop instead, especially if your style leans a bit more towards that vintage antique feel. It's been so much fun for me, and it's been brilliant for my bank account. In that very same vein, shopping secondhand for clothes and bags specifically has been a total game changer. As you might notice if you see my vlogs, or even just in this video, I have nice things around me. I like nice things. I even like some designer things. I used to sort of rebel against that idea, but I'm not ashamed to say it now. However, I will tell you that you could search my entire wardrobe and maybe find 1 or 2 designer items that I actually bought new in a store. Almost never do that. I love going into designer stores. Don't get me wrong. I'll try things on, I'll figure out my size, I'll soak up the whole experience. I will absolutely drink the free champagne and the little espresso they offer you. You'll see me in a luxury jeweler's trying on a 50,000 pound diamond ring. Does that mean I buy my diamonds there? Absolutely not. Designer jewelry is a whole other topic we'll get to in a second. But my favorite thing to do is to allow myself to like these things. But I just refuse to buy them brand new. Especially depending on what you're buying. There are so many amazing finds you can get secondhand. There are brilliant consignment websites where you can find authenticated, beautifully priced items. There are so many ways, through various online marketplaces, to get genuine, gorgeous designer goods that you would pay 10 times the amount for in the store. So, pretty much everything you ever see on me or in my home that looks like a big brand name, I can guarantee I did not buy it new. It's a running joke with my mom. She'll say, "I'd ask you where your handbag is from." but I know it's some fancy designer you got in Paris. But she knows, and I know, that basically every designer thing I own is secondhand, and that I probably spent weeks searching and digging to find a really good deal on it. And to me, that's how I justify having a love for the finer things in life. These things are generally not a great way to spend your money when you're in your 20s. I'm trying to become financially free, but does that mean I can't like them? Or find a financially responsible way to navigate towards them? Of course, a note. It's about being smart. Okay, I know I've been talking for what feels like years now. This is just my passion. I want to talk a little bit about jewelry, and then we will start to wrap this section up. Let me be the first to say that for someone who considers herself to be really financially responsible, I love jewelry. It's possibly the most expensive thing you could choose to love. Maybe an obsession with designer handbags would be more expensive, but it's up there. I grew up with a very classy mom. To me, my mom is like my Princess Diana. She's just so elegant, and she always wore beautiful, understated jewelry. Nothing flashy or gaudy, just beautiful pieces. My dad gifted her lovely things growing up, and I would sometimes get to go to the jeweleress with him when he was picking something up for her for an anniversary or mother. I just grew to love it. And gift giving is definitely my most well-received love language. It's just how I'm wired. So navigating that in a financially responsible way has been a journey. I've learned a lot about jewelry. If you're on the side of the internet where people talk about investing in nicer jewelry that you can wear all the time and will last forever, versus constantly buying cheaper stuff, I totally agree with that principle. To an extent. There are a couple of things to consider. Number one, you need to find yourself a great local jeweler, and you need to avoid buying big-name designer jewelry like the plague. If you absolutely must have something from a particular brand, buy it secondhand. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't have a few name brand things, but they were not purchased straight from the store. A lot of my jewelry actually has really cool secondhand stories behind it. But connecting with a local jeweler is key. For example, if you buy a diamond, they can set it for you. If you have a piece of jewelry by another brand that you love, they can often make a slightly different, and much more affordable version for you. It's about understanding the actual cost of gold, and then understanding what you're paying on top of that for the brand name. It's important to remember that yes, if you want to, you should buy jewelry that will last. Everything I wear is real, and I love Italiano. They are pieces that will last a lifetime, heirloom quality. But I've built that collection by building a close relationship with a local jeweler. My husband and I we've educated ourselves on the cost of materials and on designs that are actually timeless and that we truly love. We've even revived some old heirloom pieces and stones from within the family. So if you love jewelry, find a way to buy investment pieces that are heirloom quality and that you can wear all the time. If you spend, let's say, even a few £1,000s over time on a ring stack or a few pieces that are real and that you love, and you paid a fair price for them based on the actual materials, that is going to save you so much money in the long run compared to constantly buying name brand pieces over and over again to fill the void. It's the same principle as with everything else. Buy the thing you actually want, within reason. Do your research. Don't get caught up in the marketing and the brand names, and you will save a fortune in the long run. That's always been my philosophy with it, right? I feel like I have been running my mouth for a very, very long time now. So I think it's time to take a breath. This was so much fun. I absolutely love talking about this stuff. The more I've allowed myself to just have fun and talk about these more down-to-earth financial topics, the things that aren't about complex investing strategies but about real life, the more I've enjoyed it. This is the stuff that we're making decisions about every single day. The things that often go unspoken but make a huge difference to people's lives and their bank balances. So, those are my thoughts for now. I really hope you enjoyed this part of our chat. Like I said, if you are working towards your own version of financial freedom and you ever feel like you just want to chat it through with someone who gets it, feel free to look into booking one of those consultation hours with me. I'd love to speak with you. For now, though, I will see you all very, very soon. Your time is coming. Keep believing. Keep fighting. Don't just watch. Go out and prove them wrong. Thank you for being part of the journey. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.